Coda. Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier here with my Mike's Instant Movie Review. I just saw Coda in its entirety. Now, I had actually started to watch this film, which I believe just won Best Picture, which is about the highest accolade one film can get, and also Best Supporting Actor for the character. I believe his name was Tom. The actor's name was Tom, who played the father. Forgot his last name. Sorry. I think it was Tom with a K. Played the dad in this one and got Best Supporting Actor, I believe. And, I had started to watch this movie a couple of weeks ago on, I believe, Apple TV. And then, to be honest, I started the movie kind of late at night. And the first 10 minutes or so, I wasn't terribly motivated to watch the rest of it. I said I'll get back around to it. I never did. Then I went ahead and won the Oscar. And then today, I happened to be on the cinema page on my phone and discovered that, lo and behold, Coda was playing here at the theater on the big screen. And I'm glad I went. I really am. Just goes to show, sometimes you can't judge a movie by the first 10 minutes. Maybe in the 11th minute, it all picks up, right? So what's this movie about? In case you haven't seen it, what does CODA stand for? From my recollection, and I did take one little break during this film, I don't think they actually said what the title means. I believe it's Children of Deaf Adults. So and that's what this movie's about, and it's kind of the age-old tale of the young person, in this case, the young female, high school senior, 17 years old, 18 years old. Her whole life, she's been the sister and the child of hard of hearing people that aren't, they're pretty much deaf. Marlene, I always have a hard time saying her name. Marlene Matron. Get some comments here. Hi, Carl. I'm good, Carl. Well, happy birthday, for crying out loud. Happy birthday, Carl. That's great. Congratulations, buddy. Another year older. And what have you done? But congratulations, Carl. Happy birthday, buddy. That's great. Nice to hear it. Monday. So the next blow of the candle is for you, buddy. Happy birthday, Carl. So this movie, I enjoyed it. It's a good family story. It's the age-old tale of the young person looking to make their own mark in the world. Like most teenagers, feels suppressed or oppressed by their parents. In this case, there's an added element there, or a unique element, in that it's a child of deaf adults. However, she is herself not deaf. I believe the character's name is Ruby. Am I getting that right? Was it Ruby or Rosie? I think it was Ruby. Um, so, and her brother, and so basically the family, to make ends meet, they're fishermen. They are all fishermen. The father is like a third generation fisherman. He's raising his son to be a fisherman. Uh, the son is an interesting character as well. And then you've got this Mr. Bernardo guy, Mr. Bernardo. You have to roll the R's. He's the music teacher. The reason why this young lady is in the choir class, class is because she has a little crush on a school chum, a boy, and so she sees him signing up for choir, so she signs up for choir. Then the teacher kind of meddles and plays a yenta a bit and gets them to be a duet and all these wonderful things. So this is one of those movies, folks, where it's we're not talking about spaceships blowing up, or we're not talking about the moon taking over the world. We're not talking about I was going to say Will Smith saving the universe. I don't know if we'll see those movies again at this rate. But we're not talking about a movie with these stakes that are through the roof that you really only see in the cinema. You know what I mean? Like in real life, there's not a serial killer, slashing everybody wearing a funny mask for the most part. I mean, sometimes, or there's not like aliens invading, or the fate of the world depends on this fucking thing. I mean, these are things that people make movies about, but it's kind of like a heightened sense of reality. This movie is more like this. All these events in this film could actually happen. Carl does have a nice list of martial arts and Jackie Chan movies. We'll have to do that sometime, Carl. Give me a couple of weeks, buddy. I got a health situation I'm dealing with. I'm okay, don't worry, but I just need to let it pass. So basically, it's a good. I like this type of movie more myself, where like the stakes, so to speak, or within reason. Like people can relate to wanting to get away from your family, or having a kid that wants to get away from you, or the family business is struggling, and all this shit, all this human stuff. The kid getting picked on because her parents are deaf, and she's trying to make her way in the world and make friends, and yet she feels trapped by the parents. I mean, these are real human elements that we can all relate to. Okay, so that's why a movie like this can be successful in this day and age of big budget Batman films. It's nice to see a movie with a good heart, hit you right in the feels. Also, it's nice to see some of my old New England pals, Kayla Caulfield, for instance, playing, I believe, her credited as off-key girl, but I don't know. I guess I'm not the best musician, or I don't know if I have an ear for who's on key or who's off key, but she was in the choir. She had a lot of scenes. Nice to see that. Armin Guerrero played Gio. My buddy Jose Gonzalez, I believe his character name was Mondo. And, full discretion. I mean, I hope I don't. But my buddy Jose happens to be on the book cover here, in the character of Sweet Sugar Brown for the book, the written book. Yes, it's a book you could actually order, Carl, for your birthday. Order my book for your birthday for yourself, Carl. Give yourself a present. My book, Fight or Play Basketball, on Amazon. But nice to see Jose, and to be full disclosure, Amelia Jones really is in every scene. I believe that's her name. I have a hard time remembering everybody's names because I go to the movie, I see the movie, I try to read the credits, but I can't remember everybody's names. And then I can't go to IMDb on my fucking phone while I'm doing this live stream. It's just impossible to do everything at once, okay? But I believe the young lady's name is Amelia Jones. Certainly she's a up-and-comer. I guess there was some controversy, and who knows? No one's ever happy anymore. But I guess some folks were upset with this movie because they don't like the way the deaf people are presented or some such thing. I don't see the problem. I mean, you have to have conflict in a goddamn movie. I guess I'll have to do some fucking research, but I probably won't. But I'm going to assume that the issue that people have with this movie is, well, this is making it seem like deaf parents are trying to control their hearing children and blah, blah, blah. Well, look, it's a goddamn film. You need to have some fucking conflict. I just get so sick of fucking people who they want to see a fucking movie and then they want to complain that everybody's not a fucking saint. It's a movie. It's drama. You have to have issues, idiots. You see what I'm saying? Just trying to fucking help. So this movie has conflict. I don't think the parents were overbearing. I think they were just regular parents. They're trying to keep afloat. The dynamic of the brother and sister is very interesting. You know what I mean? So look, you gotta, when you write a movie, when you act a movie, direct, there has to be conflict. So not every character can be a saint or the Pope, okay, or whatever the fuck. I mean, you have to have some flawed humanity in this thing, okay? So what the hell? I mean, criminy. So that's it. So, I mean, should you go see this goddamn movie? I think so. I enjoyed it. I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but I enjoyed the film. I mean, you can see it or don't see it or think about seeing it. People are sending me texts right now. It's just a lot of things are happening at once. I can relate to this, character. Amelia Jones plays Ruby because, it's like when you're a fucking kid, you get so stressed, and then the poor girl has to wake up at 3 a.m. to go fish. Then she's got to go to fucking high school. Then she's got to sing choir with Mr. Bernardo. I mean, God, when does it end for this poor girl? But she, I thought it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. If you saw it, you can leave a comment. I guess Carl went away. Sorry, Carl. Where'd you go, buddy? Gee whiz. Well, that's it, folks. So subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Thanks for watching Coda. I did enjoy it. It was a good movie.